Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I have another instrument cluster. This time working on a 2015 BW Golf. This is coming from Minnesota, Jesse Dickinson. This is your instrument cluster. I have it right now, as you see, ready to go in the bench. I always do before repairs tests to confirm the customer concerns. All right, so let me bring you down to let me see. Well, let me show you connections first. So I have in here the gateway, which is very important. This is for BWs, this will be J533, and the instrument cluster will be J285. For those they're not familiar with the acronyms BW nowadays uses. And I'm going to show you the wiring diagram in a second. All right, so that is pretty much what I want to show in there. I think this camera is actually capturing really well the instrument cluster as well. All right, let me bring this down from here so I can move you over to the screen. All right, so we got the screen in there. Let me take this out of there so we don't need that. All right, so these of what you see right now is actually original wire diagrams directly from BW. I can actually close this. Let me just show you. This is with my login, as you see right there. This is directly from BW. You can do the same thing in Audi and Volkswagen. I did a full vehicle data search, which is what you see here. This is very important because this will give you all the PR codes. Like those are more familiar with the American vehicles. You know, the PR codes are very important to know what radio is installed, what transmission, etc. So the same thing goes with Audi and Volkswagen, and you can get access to this. It's like, I think it's like $30 a day if you only need it for one vehicle, and you get access to all the documents that you will see here, and technical service bulletin, service information, remove and install, etc. for $30 for one day. If you want to do it for a month, you can pay more, but realistically, not really that necessary for for one vehicle. You can download as much as you want during that day. And if you want to access to diagnostics, which you can too, right online, is a separate charge. All right, so we can see we have a CXVA, that's the engine code, which is going to be very important, and the transmission is a NZA. That is the VIN number that Jesse gave me, so he will see that this is completely for his vehicle. All right, when you're here, you can go into service information, and then you can select, as I did here, wire diagrams, and then wire diagrams again, and then that populates this. These will fit all these engine codes, as you can see here. So the CXVA is there, and the sales type AU1 from 2014 upwards. When I click in here, this is going to open a document. Let me see, show document. And this is going to ask you a few prompts in here, like, you want to read these documents, you need to read this information and make sure to, I don't know whether making all these warnings because you're not really, I mean, there's a warning diagram, but I guess to not damage anything on the vehicles, right? So this will be the entire wire diagram. It's nice in color. It's not interactive. So when you want to do an interactive, this you can download and have this, which I did. I have this information in here, and I download all that wire diagram, so you can see. And that pop-up will even populate in the Word document, in the PDF document, and then you're going to start scrolling and using everything. If you want to do a search in this, you can just do Control F, and let's say J533, which is going to be again the gateway. Is going to populate 82 searches, and then you can you see right now I'm going to let me see, where is that? That's not what I want to do. Sometimes this changes a little bit. I don't know why. It's because sometimes they don't let you do edits and stuff like that on these documents, and that's why you cannot do much. Yeah. Let me see if it's in here. Rectangle, I guess. Yeah, no, that's not going to be I'm trying just to get something to, because I don't know why when I'm working in in PDF documents, the mouse, as soon as it enters a PDF, it disappears and it's just a dot in kind of like a cross section in there. That is very hard for you guys on the video to see. So I'm trying to select a tool. Yeah, this is not going to be helpful. And let me go and undo. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to show you more and I can. So what I can do is just keep going, and that is going to open the next and the next and the next and the next, which you saw it was like 80 something. Right now it's only showing 2 out of 2, probably because I clicked the edit. But you can do a search on the documents like that. I'm not going to save the changes in there. I also unloaded the same vehicle information that you saw in there with all the PR codes for the records of working with the customer. And I downloaded also the color and wire diagrams from Identifix, which is not really helpful. The information is correct. In here, at least, we only have one power in pin 1 and one ground in pin 10. And then the communications that goes over to the gateway on pin 17 and 18. So that is correct. Right, going back to the information, when you are here, I'm trying to share a little bit of how I use this. So let's go back to here. You can also go into iWire. If I click in here, this is where we are right now. So this is going to populate this that you're seeing in here. And then we can scroll down into standard equipment. That's where most of the instrument cluster will be. That's going to, again, populate another one. And then you can scroll down and look for J285. So when I click into J285, it's going to get me to the first part right here. This is J285. Not sure why the box is so big in there, but yeah, this is, if I click in here, you see it says J285 instrument control module. If I double click in there, it tells me where it's located. Obviously, instrument cluster is going to be very easy to find, and not a problem on that. If I click on the connector, it's going to tell me where I can find that connector in other locations, because this is, again, a whole big page. As you can see, we have in there for a standard equipment 252 tracks. Again, the numbers on the bottom. And then whenever you're going to match something, let's say, like this 21 point that I see right there, it's also matching with track 248. So if I go over to 21, track 21, which is obviously the beginning, right? So I'm going to look right here, and we look for 248 right here. It's going to tell me what this is. So right now, if I click in here or put the mouse on top of that, it tells me that 278 is a ground connection. All right, so if I go back to, again, the 285, where we were, that means that this pin, this pin 21 right here is a ground. And this is just, again, this is a parking brake indicator lamp. Again, very nice, very beautiful wire diagrams. This is an interactive wire diagram. It has a lot of information. You can scroll up here where it says search for, and you can go into components, splices, connectors. So if you click for a connector, let's say, we are in the T18. So if I click in there, you see now all the connector T18 is highlighted. All right, so again, if I click in there, this is going to open, again, another, like a sub menu for where I can find that. So, okay, fuses. Okay, I need to know what connections are fused or are into these instrument clusters. So, we already see it here. And if I scroll down in here, this is, it says right there, right? So, fuse 17 on fuse panel C. But if I click in here, right, this is going to open another wire diagram. And it's going to tell me that connector T18 pin 1 is going into fuse 17, right? So on fuse panel C. So that is, again, very good. I can click again in here and then go into grounds. That is going to move me over to connector T18, again, coming from the same instrument cluster, right? KX2. They're naming differently here, not sure why, but again, it's the same. And it's telling me that it's going down into this wire splice, which is for a ground connection, right? So that's a ground connection, so not a problem. I can also click in here and look for even more things like standard equipment. If I go into again to a standard equipment, which is a very important one, because this is going to show me like this is the anti-theft reader coil for because the cluster is the anti-theft module too. Also tells me these two wires in here, the 18 and the 17. Okay, if I follow this one, which is in the same screen that we are, so we are have okay, it's box 234 from 244. So if we go to 234 right here, right, and I click in 244, which is exactly what we're looking for, that is coming up to this splice that says that is CAN bus high connector. So that means that 234 is CAN high, and then the 228 coming on 245. Sorry, 245. So 245. Let me just see where that is. Sorry, 238. Okay, 230. 228. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little tired. So 228 is right here, coming from 245. If I go up in here, it says that's CAN bus low. So we have CAN bus low on pin 17 and CAN high on pin 18. That's all that it is. There is no ignition, no nothing, at least that I can find in here. And if I go over to the wiring diagrams that I downloaded from Identifix, the color wire diagrams, they're showing me the exactly same thing. So it seems like this instrument cluster is wake up or will be waking up only with the CAN bus or the comfort box bus. It's not a wake up signal like mostly I have seen in the past, where you have a a constant power, an ignition, and a terminal 87, and etc. Right? So this only has one power, one ground, and the communication. And looking at the wire diagrams, the original wire diagrams are telling me exactly the same thing, right? Because if we see here, fuses, I only have one cable, T18-1. There is nothing else that I can see in there. KX2. I have not seen that KX2 before. I'm not sure what am I looking at in there. KX2 instrument cluster 2. So they name it J285. This is the first time I've seen that one. Again, I don't work on daily basis now on the Audis and Volkswagen. But look, if we move from the wiring diagram menu that we were before, and I forgot where we are right now. But let me see, a standard equipment. Yeah, if we are even in here, it's going this one KX2. So let me just go into the engine computer, because in the engine computer they changed the name for this one to J285. You see, because right here just it's J285, but it's also J285 and KX2. So either of those will be a valid way to find the instrument cluster. So, and you can see how the instrument cluster is in the same location. So we can, when we click in there, you can go into CAN bus, standard equipment, ground, and fuse position. Let's do the same thing again for the fuse position, and we only have one pin. So this is again very nice from Audi and Volkswagen. You can, in any of these components in here, you just click on it, and that will show you where that is located. That is the access to start system interface, and it tells you where it's located, right? So that is this right here. We can even zoom in here, and then you can look for grounds and so on in the wire diagrams. All right, that's I think as much as I want to share here. Oops, I now show his email. Hopefully he doesn't mind. Otherwise, I'm going to have to edit the video. All right, so what I have in here as well is now the SUS connected to the to my interface right here. and it's ready to establish communication. Since we don't have nothing connected, right? So only the instrument cluster and the gateway. So you will have to do a manual connection. So we're going to go over to Volkswagen USA vehicles 2015, and let us just populate for this kind of stuff, these communications and everything. The SUS is okay. I was going to use the top down, but and since we don't have the entire vehicle, let's do a manual ID. We already know what we're working on. This is a Golf. Again, Golf. And it's a 1.8 TFSI. And we already know that it's a CXBA because of that PRO PRO. I think it's PRO code that we got, right? All right, so we just click on OK. The ignition is on. Yeah, the ignition is on. Everything is on. Come on. For your convenience, your council has interrogated the vehicle and has acquired a list of actual systems fitted. Continue now to view the installation list. Exit. This is so funny because the scan tool has interrogated the vehicle and has acquired a list of actual systems fitted. There's no vehicle connected to it, so it's funny how like interrogated the car. This is such a BS that they put into the scan tools, right? I mean, interrogated the car. We only have an instrument cluster and a gateway, which is not even from that car, right? That is funny. All right, let's first connect to the gateway because I know that is good. It's my gateway. So let's see if we can read. And I don't know what data menu is in here. Data pit list. Do we have any data pit list in here? I didn't know even have a data pit, maybe just for communications. But since we're here, optical reduction, deactivated. I guess, yeah, you can see engine not okay, ABS not okay. Well, we have nothing connected except for the instrument cluster, which is, as you see in the image, it's not coming on. So, but we can read the information. So let's go back to code data, codes, right? Because all I'm showing in here, so you guys can see that yes, I can establish communication with the gateway. This will have the instrument cluster fault in here, which right here, 01317, control module and instrument cluster, J285, no signal, no communication. And we're not going to go any further on here because let me return. We can do review the ECU ID. And as you can see, this is a J533 gateway. That is a coding and type of gateway and etc. Right. So this is good. All right. So let's go now into the instrument cluster. We're going to continue now exiting, and this is very important that you do when you're working on Audi and Volkswagen. You need to close the communication. So instrument cluster, we're going to try to establish communication, which I know is not going to talk because that instrument cluster is not even powering up. No communication is a key on. All right. So definitely not. All right, so this is a short video, hopefully, well, not that short because I took the time to show you the wiring diagrams. I forgot also to show you how you can get into there. I went and just looked into ROSSEC. This is a very good forums, and I have all this information in here, so you can, like if you want to open, the domain has changed. Now it's AudiErwinStore.com. Okay, so this is actually good because this has changed, so I'm going to agree and continue in here, and I'm going to save this for a home page. But in here, I'm going to keep this open 1 second. This is the page. You have to register, and then it's a free registration. All you want is put your information, and then they can bill you because you won't going to use a credit card. And like I said, you can use vehicle diagnostic and reprogramming directly from here using a J pass-through device or using the original Audi and Volkswagen interfaces. And then where we were before, which is the service information. If I click in here, this is exactly how I got in here. And this is, again, the page that I just showed you where you put the VIN number, you do the selection. In here, you can do repair manual. Like if you want to do repair manual in here, let's say electrical system, drivetrain, and then you will have all the information in here. You have the 5-speed manual, and then you can download all that information. You can open that information. I'm not going to do it because, well, I mean, let's show it just for a second. This is a transmission 09G, and it's going to do the same thing, approve it, and then you have to click yes, and then you can now select in here. Well, actually, this is a PDF, so, and you can just now scroll. This is I don't know how many pages, 122 pages. You can see the data. I will make this a little smaller so we can see more. But yeah, you have all the information from the transmission, original from VW and Audi at the palm of your hands for $30. So at least this is in United States. I don't know how is that going to be anywhere else in the world. I'm located in Virginia, United States. So for United States, this is something you can access, and I think it's very valuable, very good information. So don't go and pay for Identifix or old data. This is the best information. Get yourself familiar with the car that you want and that you love, and then use the correct information and download it, right? So this is, I mean, I can just click in here and then save this in here. I would just name it, transmission manual. And now that's the folder is saved too. So, and I don't need to come back here for anything. I can just go back to my folder in my computer at any time. And again, if this is my car, I'm just going to keep using this as many times I want for the rest of my life, right? Or for the rest of the life of the car. I hate those pop-ups all the time, but yeah. So we have the same information and all that in here. So I'm just going to scroll rapidly so you can see. But yeah, it's all good information, and I mean, it's all from factory. All right, guys, thank you so much. Let me just get you into the screen so you can see me better. Just to close the video, Jesse, thank you so much. Yeah, definitely we have a problem in your instrument cluster. I'm going to now open it up and see what I find. But I can definitely reproduce the concern. So if you have any clusters or anything that you need to repair, I always try to give myself a little commercial. Maybe it's a little too late on the video to do, but if you have anything that you need to repair, just look for MikeSalazarDiagnostics.com. Yes, my name is spelled MAIC, and that SalazarDiagnostic.com. This is the website. As soon as you enter on my website, this is where you will see. You can click it on the white box or in the black box. Just read what it says in there. One is going to open a document that you can download and print, and you can send it with the module. And the other one is going to be the email. So you just click in there, and the email will be my email that you can start sending me information. You got the left shot in the right side. If you scroll, this is a full website, so you can scroll down, and I'm going to go a little slow so you don't get dizzy in there. And this is the most common repairs. I got also more information as you scroll down. And at the bottom, I'm going to go a little faster. At the bottom of the page, you have all my contact information as well in here. So you have my email address, my telephone, and the shipping address. So if you need to send something, please contact me. I always like to talk to you before you send something in case I need more information before you send a module or a cluster. But if you do, I'm here to help you. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.